All right, you got West Coast IPAs, New England IPAs, double IPAs, hazy IPAs. Whatever happened to just a nice old pale ale?
You got your mugs, you got your pints, you got your Pilsner's glasses. Which one should you choose? We're gonna help you out.
All right, he's Joe Sixpack. I'm Glen Macnow. We're at the Iron Hill Tap House in Exton. All new episode of What's Brewing.
What's Brewing is brought to you in part by Monco Maker's Passport. Download your free digital pass and sip your way through Montgomery County. And by the Conshohocken Brewing Company, the perfect place for your holiday gathering. Reach out today at events@conchahockenbrewing.com.
Hey, welcome to What's Brewing with Joe Sixpack. I'm Glen Macnow. We're at just a great place, Iron Hill Tap House in Exton. We've been enjoying ourselves. Well, this
What do you got there?
This is my incredibly juicy IPA with hints of pineapple. You know this is my kind of jam.
I know. Mark Edelson, who we're going to be talking a little bit later, brought this one out for me, Vienna Lager.
Such a nice beer, but
I love this beer, by the way.
I know you love a lager, and I get it, and I love a hazy, and that's the way it works, but sometimes you just want a nice pale ale, and that's kind of the forgotten beer, and that's our swap for the day.
It is. I mean, I know that many beer lovers' first taste of great beer was Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Yeah.
It was just a pale ale. It used to be considered very hoppy, not anymore with all the IPAs out there, but we thought we'd go back and take a look at Pale Ale.
So I am bringing you, my friend, today a Dale's Pale Ale, really one of the pioneers in this thing, one of the early ones, and also, and I know you know more about this than I do, maybe the first mainstream beer that came out in cans that made people feel more comfortable about cans.
Really, first mainstream craft beers. For a long
Yeah.
time, there was an anti-can thing in beer because cans were considered, you know, head-crushing beers like John Belushi and Animal House. You know, it was just beer.
We've done that.
Absolutely, and there's nothing wrong with that, Glenn.
Right.
But the idea of moving into cans was actually foreign for craft beer in the early parts of its history, but they made a go of it, and it's really
And now
worked
it's
out
essential.
because most of our beer, it seems like it's in cans. So
Dale-
Dale's Pale Ale.
Dale's Pale Ale from Oscar Blues Brewing. It's a good, reliable, nice beer.
Easy drinking beer,
I like it.
very nice.
What do you got?
Well, I came with one from my recent travels up to Northeast Pennsylvania to
Yeah.
Breaker Brewing in the Wilkes-Barre area. This is Breaker Lunch Pale Ale.
Kind of says what it is.
Well, named after the lunch pail that coal miners used to take. Get this, all right? This is right from their website. The lunch pail was a small galvanized metal pail with an inner bucket and a lid. In the morning, the miners would put their food in the inner bucket, fill the bottom with hot coffee, and keep their lunch warm. But after a long, hard day, they would stop by the local water hole and fill it with cold beer.
All right, well, that's good. So
This
let's
is
do,
it
we'll
there.
drink like the miners.
Yes.
I like it. All right, you're pouring that one fast, aren't you?
I am.
Hello.
Quick and easy.
There you go.
Perfect pour.
Wow.
This
Okay.
is a little bit more, I think this is dry hop. This has a bigger, hoppier
Yeah, well,
aroma.
it is definitely more hoppy. But so the difference between this and an IPA is this is kind of more equal malt to hop ratio.
It is.
That okay?
So it's not nearly as strong alcohol. The
Yeah.
one thing we've seen with IPAs is the emergence of the session IPA, which is basically an IPA that's lower alcohol,
Right.
maybe watered down a little bit. I consider it to be more or less hop juice. It's all about the hops.
So I did a little research, and what I didn't know, the Pale Ale dates back to 1703. Beers made from malt dried with high carbon Coke, not Coke Pepsi, but Coke, which I don't know how they would do that.
Okay.
By 1784, advertisements appeared in the Calcutta Gazette, I'm a subscriber, for light and excellent pale ale. So this is a beer again, it's been around forever.
It has, and you know the thing about it is it's pale. That's the P in that beer is pale.
Yeah.
All right. So the idea here is that before the 1700s, I'll respect your history research here, Glenn, is that beers tended to be a little bit darker and murkier, but with the invention, or rather not the more commonplace availability of glassware, we saw beers becoming paler and clearer because they look better than that murky stuff. And this is a good looking beer.
It's a great looking beer. All right, give me some of the big names within.
Well, I like a few that we've seen. Your Dale's Pale Ale has been fantastic. Two others of real note that we should look at out of the area from Philadelphia: Toppling Goliath Pseudo Sue. It's a mouthful. They're from Iowa, and then Three Floyd Zombie Dust.
Yeah.
They were both beers that people would line up when they originally came into the Philly area.
Indiana, if my memory
I believe it
correct.
is. Yeah, it is. And then of course we had the Lion's Roar right here from Iron Hill, a beer made for the Philadelphia Zoo that you were drinking earlier. So that's actually the gold.
Oh, that's not it.
That's in your glass right there.
Where's my Lion's Roar? Well,
right
I had it. Here it is. Hello. Yes.
So it is
doing a lot of mix and match today.
Yeah, I know. You'll bear with us if
Nothing
we get
wrong
a
with
little
that.
confused. So, it's a style of beer that has somewhat gotten lost because everybody's really into the IPAs. All respect to IPAs, but if you talk to brewers and they want a hoppy beer, it's going to be a pale ale.
And that's great. I love this beer, but I respect this and always will.
Right.
There you have it. Coming up, you see these beautiful flights in front of us? One of us on this panel, and I won't say which one, thinks that sometimes flights are an inappropriate way to drink beer. We'll dive into that. We're at the Iron Hill Tap House in Exton. Joe Sixpack, Glen Macnow. What's brewing?
So, what do you want to do today?
Today, I want to run. I want to skate.
Thank you.
I want to see a show. I want to play. I want to eat, like a lot. I want to sleep in a hotel. Can we do all that?
We can do all that and more.
Hey, welcome back. Joe Sixpack, Glen Macnow. What's brewing? We're at the Iron Hill Tap House in Exton, where, sometimes I enjoy a nice pint, but sometimes I love to get myself a flight, which I did, and this is the Big Pig Imperial Porter, aged in Dad Hat barrels. Come on, how great is this?
I'll go with a barrel-aged beer as well. This is Queen of the North, a barrel-aged barley wine.
This is a hefty one.
We may have to cut production right now because that's a big beer you just drank.
Yeah, okay. I managed. We did it. Which brings up this discussion. When I go to a new place that I haven't been to, I enjoy a flight. Let me try everything you have. You said there's some debate about whether a flight is a good or bad thing to get.
Well, in beer drinking circles, I think some people put their noses up at flights because, it's basically a 3-ounce pour.
Yeah.
And beer was meant to be consumed, frankly, in quantity, not at 3 ounces at a time, maybe more like 12 or 16 ounces like this Vienna lager.
So this is where you, the beer guy, kind of pull rank on me, kind of the not as much beer guy who just likes drinking beer. Why is it that drinking this is more appropriate than drinking this?
Well, I think that beer is,
By the way, 3 ounces of this is probably equivalent to
you may be right on that
60
one.
ounces of that.
And honestly,
that's a hefty one.
I do not diss flights at all. I like flights for tasting the variety of the beers, and yes, some of these barrel-aged beers can be, 3 ounces might be enough of that. But generally speaking, the beer culture is more about you know, you talk about session beers. These are beers that are meant to be drunk all night.
Okay.
And not at 3 ounces at a time, but 16 ounces at a time. I mean, the Germans serve their beer in liter mugs.
Okay. So this is a manly man argument?
Well, there is that aspect
Right,
of it,
if
and
you-
I do fish.
If you went to Britain, isn't there a certain...
There is. If a man walks into a pub and orders a half pint of beer, there might be some like sniffing going on.
Okay.
So it's a man thing, and I don't really subscribe to it, but I can see it out there.
Is part of the argument that I can't really evaluate the beer enough with this small pour as opposed to this large pour, that I'm not really getting the essence of it all?
I think you're not getting the essence of the experience. You might get the flavor of the beer, you might get the nose of the beer, but you don't get the full charge of the beer, which is all about often, for many styles of beer, about gulping or quaffing the beer.
All right, how do breweries feel about this? Do breweries think it's a good idea, bad idea?
It depends on the bartender. I mean, I know here at Iron Hill, they love doing this because they're showing off all their different beers. I've been in breweries where, like, you order a flight and, are you kidding me? It's you know, you see how packed the room is. I can't have
they
time.
don't want to spend all that time pouring 3-4 ounces of
Exactly, and
different
I've been to many breweries that don't even serve them because they just don't want you to drink just 3 ounces at a time. The minimum pour might be 8 ounces.
Well, I tend to be pro-flight. Speaking of 8 ounces, one of the things that is interesting, and Joe Sixpack wants to teach you, is what beers or what glassware is appropriate for which beers. Okay, so if beer is not meant to be poured into this, different beers, different glassware, you have a beautiful array here at Iron Hill.
Really, and you know, this is the kind of place that respects the glassware and the beer that it should go into. So, I'm going to go run through these real quick.
Yeah,
This
sure.
is a pint glass.
By the way, you going to drink all that?
Sure, we're pros here, Glenn, and I will spill it too. A pint glass. It's made for, I would say, British ales. And the idea here is that you don't want the cocktail shaker variety, by the way, because you want this. I like this little bulb right here.
Yes,
that
I
gives
do
you something
too.
to grab onto.
I agree.
It looks great. It fits right onto your mouth perfectly.
It's good.
All
I
right.
like that demonstration.
Thanks.
Fine
Also, all right, next is a Weizen glass.
Uh-huh.
Generally speaking, this is a beer a glass that should be able to contain all the foam. This one is, you know, poured a little bit ago. You'll see Weizen glasses with like 3 inches of foam sometime on top of it. It's a long, tall glass. Weizen beers often have a lot of foam in them. You want to show that off. I like to bury my nose into it.
What else would I be putting in that if I'm not drinking
A
beer?
Pilsner would be
There you
good
go.
in a glass like
Good.
this because it shows off the beautiful color. The tulip glass, this is associated with Belgian styles of beer. Again, you have this nice curved area here. The idea here is that it will trap the foam and also allow you to, when you drink this beer, look, watch me.
I'm watching.
You put your
It's good.
nose in there.
Yes,
can
you got a
smell.
little beer mustache going on.
Exactly. You can get your whole face
Yeah,
in there
that's good.
and enjoy the whole
I like getting
aroma
my
and
face
smell.
in the beer. That's good. Okay.
Don't we all? Okay.
Yes.
And finally, this is a beer glass you don't see a lot of places anymore.
That's a large beer.
This is a mug, okay?
Yes, that's a
we
mug.
all know
and
a mug.
That's a mug and a half.
But look, check it out. The handle is designed to keep the heat of your hand away from the glass.
Yeah.
This is a beer made for cold beers. In this case, this is the Iron Hill Oktoberfest, which you want to drink basically cold. You don't want to warm it up like that. Drink it off like that. And plus, you know, if you've been drinking a lot of beer, it's nice to have something you can grip on pretty easy. So that's the mug.
Well, there you go. Well, that was a fine demonstration, and you are now way ahead of me in consumption, so that was good work by you. All right, coming up, we've been enjoying this year getting the expertise of Joe Sixpack, different neighborhoods, and this week Joe goes to Bucks County, so you get that. We're at the Iron Hill Tap House in Exton at the Eagleville Plaza. Joe Sixpack, Glen Macnow. What's brewing? Glen Macnow here with Andrew Colligan, beer genius from Conshohocken Brewing Company. Andrew, let's run down some of our core beers with some exciting new looks. Start with Type A.
Our #1 selling beer. Big citrus hop notes. Type A is our classic American IPA.
Life Coach Hazy IPA.
Hazy, bright, and juicy. The perfect beer for all day, every day.
Puddler's Row.
Maybe the best English ale in the country. Back-to-back silver medals at the World Beer Cup.
Backpack beer.
The newest addition to our year-round lineup. Citrus and spicy with a refreshingly clean finish. Pack a few and enjoy the view.
And everybody loves Ring the Bell.
My go-to. Smooth, easy drinking lager that's perfect before, during, or after the game. This one's out of here!
Oof. Thank you, Harry. All exciting choices. Enjoy them all and a whole lot more at all of our Conshohocken Brewing Company locations. And wherever beer is sold. Welcome back to What's Brewing. We are at the Iron Hill Tap House. This is in Exton, Chester County. Iron Hill, though, lots of places in Montgomery County. They are part of the Montco Makers, terrific organization. Okay, now that I did that, I'm going to transition to Bucks County because Joe Sixpack, you've been doing, we're visiting everywhere. You've been doing your Joe Sixpack Essentials, and today you take us to beautiful, bucolic Bucks County.
So it wasn't too long ago that if you mentioned Bucks County and beer, there'd be nothing up there.
Yeah.
But in the last few years, lots of breweries have opened up. And of course, it was led by Neshaminy Creek Brewing, the first craft brewery in Bucks County since like whatever, the 1700s or something. They're making wonderful beers. They've won World Beer Cups and GABF awards. Totally worth going to the brewery.
I was going to say, I can get their stuff anywhere, but you're saying I should get it at
Yeah,
the
go
source.
there, you'll get the freshest and the some of the unusual beers there, but do not miss their Pilsner.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite beers.
Yeah, it's good beer.
So, two other breweries up there that I really want to point you to in the Bristol area. Broken Goblet Brewing, another location of our show. We've been to all
there.
these places.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time. Hey, by the way, the Bucks County Ale Trail, I don't mean to step on your thing, but the Bucks County Ale Trail is outstanding.
It is.
Get your little punch card, do them all, get your
Get your
t-shirt.
t-shirt, absolutely. So, Broken Goblet, lots of great beers. It's the home of the Mutual Respect Brewing Coalition, so they're offering beers from other breweries, Lucky Cat, Trauger, and also, if you're into music, which I think it was in our live music, Guzzlies, really great stuff there. Finally, Odd Logic Brewing. This is a really small brewery right on Bristol Pike across the parking lot from one of the area's well-known adult bookstores.
Wait, is that where Rudy Giuliani did
Yeah,
his,
maybe.
Okay, yeah,
maybe.
there you go.
Anyway, they're making really nice small batch beers. And I should say also finally, if you're looking for beer at a restaurant or good beer bar, don't miss Dog and Brew, one of your favorite places.
Love that. By the way, their burgers are among the best around.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
right on
good
Bristol
place.
Pike. And then also the Humeville Inn, really with wonderful beer selections there.
Dog and Brew in Croydon always gets my endorsement. Okay, this week, the Guzzlies. The topic this week, it's our awards, was the best lager. And I got a ton of response in terms of nominations. The way this works is I tell Joe Sixpack all the places that got mentioned. He picks the 4 finalists. We put it out on social media. You vote for the best. So the best lager, Guzzly. Nominations. Jeff, Assistant Director Martin says Warwick Farms Brewing Malt and Metal. Cape May Tan Lines. Human Robot. Now let me tell you, Human Robot got a lot of support on this, more than anybody. I got boom, boom, boom.
2 locations up in the Kensington area and also out in Jenkintown.
New Ridge Brewing, Neshaminy Creek, you just talked about their Churchville Lager. Got a lot of support. Von C, a place where we did the show last year, really fun place. People said their lager is very good. Let me see what I got. Stout Hearted said, no doubt, hands down, Delco Lager by 2SP. It's got to be in your contest. Odd Bird in Stockton, New Jersey, got some support for its Smoked Hellas Lager. And I got a lot of support for Kenwood Brewing. I think because Kenwood Brewing realized that I had posted this and sent out the message. So I got, Chris Nalipa said, gotta grab yourself a Kenny. I become obsessed with Kenwood Original Light Lager. Full flavor, the only light beer that I drink. Mike Meach said, I think I had 7 billion Kenwoods this year, so that's my vote. Finally, Forest and Maine got some votes. Attic Brewing got some support. Warwick Farm, I think I said that. And Root Down. So, The 4 finalists, who are they?
Okay, so that's
a lot
really
of
an impressive
nominations.
selection
Yeah.
of breweries that are making lagers today. Please make more lagers, okay? All right, so we're going to narrow it down here to 4. You can vote for these on social media starting now. Human Robot, okay.
Yeah, well, they got the most votes.
Yeah, you cannot mention lager in the Philly area without mentioning Human Robot. Czech lagers, German lagers. They're just really fantastic brewery up in Kensington. Von C, all right? Von C in Norristown. They're making the old throwback beers, the Schmitz beer recipe. They're really fantastic there. Neshaminy Creek, which we just got done mentioning as one of our Bucks County breweries. The Churchville Lager, the Pilsner, there's some other ones, really fantastic lager brewery. And finally, I'm going to give a nod to Kenwood Light. All right? A lot of our viewers like their light beer, and Kenwood Light is probably one of the best light beers I've ever tasted. So that's your 4.
It's going to be a good guzzly. I'm going to post them on Twitter at Real Glen Macnow. And you can vote, and we appreciate that. All right, coming up, we're here at the Iron Hill Tap House in Exton. We're going to talk to the owner, Mark Edelson, find out what they're up to right here on What's Brewing.
You don't have to go away to get away. Go and explore. Find the small businesses that make where you live a community. When you dine, choose homemade. On a free weekend, discover the great outdoors. And if it's brewed here, enjoy it with friends. Support small for an experience you won't find anywhere else. Make it local, make it Main Street, make it Modco.
Hey, we're back here at Iron Hill Tap House in Exton. We're with Mark Edelson, who is a founder and has the title Vice President of Beer. Man, that's a great card. We're going to drink all these beers. However, I am an aficionado. I'm a big fan. I'm a junkie when it comes to onion rings.
Let's go.
You told me these are pretty good.
They're great.
They're thick.
Mark, what beer would you pair an onion ring with?
That's really good.
I go light lager.
Light lager, okay, all right. Wash that baby down.
We have an array in front of us. Joe Sixpack, take us right to left.
Okay, all right, so we've got the What Space Smells Like.
This is what space smells. This is a hazy, juicy IPA, brewed first in honor of IPA Day, right? We do this with the new Omega, the Cosmic Punch yeast, right? Which gives you all that passion fruit you taste.
Oh yeah, oh that's nice.
This is your kind of beer, Glenn.
This is my kind of beer.
This normally comes from hops, but now they have developed yeast. They're giving these characters.
So the yeast actually enhances some of the...
Absolutely. There's plenty of hops in it, right? We've got Citra, Mosaic, Amarillo, Simcoe in this, but the yeast is what leads with this and gives it
My
that
rule is
passion
usually if I can't see through a beer, I probably like it. You guys have 20 locations now, is that right?
20 locations, yep.
20 locations, and this place is different from all the rest. It's the tap house.
So this is our production brewery, so we decided to do a tap house, which is a lot lighter version of Iron Hill, so it's counter service, not entrees, but sandwiches, salads, burgers, pizzas, things like that. And we have 26 beers available, which is the best that Iron Hill has to offer.
That's great. All right, so the second from the right, what's this?
This is Don's favorite lager. This is a Schwarzbier, right?
Oh, that is Joe Sixpack.
The Schwarzbier, of course, this is a gold medal winner in the 2008 Great American Beer Festival. So,
a black lager is something you don't see a whole lot of people making. That's one of the cool things about Iron Hill is you've got all these taps here, all these brew pubs. You're absolutely willing to make different styles of beer that maybe aren't completely mainstream.
Sure, absolutely. We like to give the brewers the opportunity to show their muscle and try different styles. Now, this has a pairing, right? We're pairing. So we have the Mahi Taco.
The Mahi Taco.
All right, so the Mahi Taco, which has got the slaw in it and the pineapple with it.
Oh, it's delicious.
Which is great. And you go ahead and you get your taste of your Schwarzbier.
Good.
Really enhances a lot of the notes of the roast in it.
It does. Schwarzbier goes really well with food.
Yeah,
I think it was made for that.
Very well. There you go, your favorite beer. All right, next. What's the next?
Queen of the North. We just won the silver medal at the World Beer Cup for this in the barrel aged, right? So This is a barrel-aged barley wine.
Named in honor of one of my favorite TV shows. Is that what I'm
Absolutely.
guessing here?
Absolutely.
Okay. What do you think of the new version of the show?
I will give it a chance.
Okay.
Right?
That
It
works.
was worthy enough to give it a chance.
I agree.
Now, this is paired. This is also paired.
Oh. Ooh.
This is
Ooh,
paired.
that's a hefty one.
This is paired. Oh, this will cut through it. This is a pork belly taco with Korean barbecue.
Work.
Right?
Oh my word.
Exactly. It's crispy pork belly. Goes right through it. You taste this beer. This will cut right through that barrel character.
I need a pint
Hey,
of this, please.
before we get to the last one, I want to talk about your beer club because behind us, people can see the boxes. What do you got going on with that?
So this is a subscription program, right? You sign up, it automatically pays every quarter. Basically, we're doing a return to our loyal guests. So what it is every quarter you can come in and pick up 4 brand new beers that are only available to people in this subscription program.
Really?
Yep.
Unique.
Unique. We have not announced what the first quarters will be. We have finished formulating them. This gives our brewers the opportunity to try to do all these different great things, and we can put it in front of a connoisseur, a group of people that are beer fans of ours, right? They get to try it, they give us feedback on it, right? And it will not be available to everybody else unless we decide through feedback that people want this to come forward.
Which is a bit of an evolution for Iron Hill because you were known as a restaurant and brewery, but now you have a packaging facility here.
Absolutely.
How has that changed your business?
Well, I think it's kind of the progression of the business, right? I mean, we learned during the pandemic that we should step outside of just the restaurant, that the marketplace outside of that is a great opportunity for us. And so it's a way for people outside of the restaurant footprint to really share our beer.
All right, before we run out of time, let's try this 4th one you have for us. What is this?
This is a Big Pig. So we just celebrated our 25th anniversary, right? And so Pig Iron Porter is our only beer that I formulated that's still on the menu, right? Right? So it's our only OG beer. So as the 25th anniversary, we decided to make a imperial version of it, and we aged it in Dad's hat barrels.
Yes, I get that, and it's delicious.
What a great beer to
Really.
to toast ourselves with.
Well,
here.
the amount of beers we have tried here at Iron Hill, as you said, how many you got on tap?
We have on tap 26 here, and I'll tell you, across the fleet, in any given year, we're brewing 200 different beers.
Oh my word.
Well, Mark Edelson, we've really enjoyed ourselves. We've tried every beer you can possibly try.
We've got one more. Here we got a milk pour, and in honor of you guys being here, we're going to go quick on it. Because
right,
you know,
here we
milk
go.
pour, go.
There you go. Oh,
Glenn,
baby.
you finished yours.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll see you next week on What's Brewing.
What's Brewing is brought to you in part by Monco Maker's Passport. Download your free digital pass and sip your way through Montgomery County. And by the Conshohocken Brewing Company, the perfect place for your holiday gathering. Reach out today at events@conshohockenbrewing.com.